Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm really good.
Good. Good.
I'm a little bit
Morning,
tired,
guys.
but I'm incredible.
Yes. Last night we had the last session of our the little coaching program that we have been in, and oh my goodness, it was 10:30 till 1:30 a.m. We used every last bit of energy to be there, didn't we? And it was well worth it. 10 times over. So we wanted to come on to the podcast today, didn't we, Kat? Because we're experiencing a lot of growth ourselves right now, and we don't know where this episode is going to take us.
No.
But what I thought I'd do was start with something that's kind of highlighted for me over this past few days, and that is how much I have a tendency to rush ahead
Okay.
and not fully absorb the situation that I've created for myself right now. Like
Ooh.
sometimes I think I've got such a clear vision of where I want to go, but that's in the future. That's not now. And I've got
Mm.
so much goodness in my life right now that I'm just can very easily shift to the next thing and get, was it shiny object syndrome?
Yes.
Where you're like, just
Yes.
go on to the next thing.
You
No,
little magpie.
yeah, I'm a magpie.
Little magpie.
But you know how easy that is to do. Like we think
Mm.
that our happiness is in that next thing. No, no,
No, we know this. It's right
no.
freaking now,
Yes.
isn't it?
And like, I'm going to use an example
Yes. Yes,
that I've
please do.
been,
Paint a picture.
yeah, that I have been banging on to you about my beautiful dogs, my love of dogs, my love of animals. I'm wanting all of them in my life right now. I am currently volunteering at Dogs Trust, which I believe I am there to build my emotional strength and resilience. And I cannot wait to one day bring not just one, a whole bunch of them home with me and really nurture them, give them the love that they deserve, and just thrive in that space. Like, I love being around animals. That's my thing. And that's something that I had when I was younger with horses, and being back at Dogs Trust is that for me now, which is really special. Like, there is no time when I'm there. Time doesn't exist. I'm just there.
That's
And I really
wonderful.
realized that. And what I have been doing is really wanting that next phase of having another dog now. And that rushing ahead has almost caused like a little bit of friction at home because my husband's not there yet. And I've got to respect that. And that in that rushing ahead, I'm not appreciating what I've got right now. And I've got a beautiful dog called Denzel right downstairs right now, who I've just, rather than logging straight on, we said we're going to go and have a walk, didn't we? And I went and walked him, and he stopped at one side of the field and he saw two dogs playing over the other side. And I could tell he was like, want to play with them. Kind of make my heart break my heart because I'm like, I want him to have that with his own buddy. But we walked there so he could play with them, and he played with them. And then we left, and he just gave me a little look on the way home. And you know, when you just like, it was just so special. Like, it was like, thank you for that.
Oh,
And I just thought, like, he's a bundle of love down there, even though sometimes he's like, you can give me a cuddle, but that'll do now. He
mm.
loves love, and like he's just right there. And I just find myself like, especially over this weekend, rushing ahead again, rushing ahead to the next thing. Like, I know that that next thing will come in its own time. And this is the thing with so many things with where we want to go with TAGC, you know, the money that we want to earn so that we can help more women, the
Mm.
amount of women we want to welcome into our world so that we can do more and be more. So it's this balance, isn't it, of knowing that more is coming and working towards more, but actually sitting in what's right now.
Yeah. And it's that, I suppose, like you said, that balance almost of rushing ahead not rushing ahead, but also not staying, like, still moving. So
Yeah.
not rushing, but still moving.
Yeah.
It's like I'm still moving and I'm evolving and I'm growing, but I'm not rushing it.
Yeah. Not rushing
Or
to
rushing
find it
it
in the
in our
next thing.
minds. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what do I want to experience in having that other dog? Like, I want to experience obviously the rescuing and the loving and all of that, but I have got that right now that I can tap into as well, and like that in whatever way that kind of looks like. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but I can choose to see those things that I want right
Mm-hmm.
now in the little moments that I've got now. If like that look that Denzel gave me, he really appreciated that this morning. Is that making
So
sense?
it is. So I suppose what you're saying is you've just checked in with yourself
Yeah.
in a way, like you've just checked in with yourself. You've become aware that you're rushing or just kind of like putting the happiness when, like, I'll be happy when
Mm.
I've got this cohort of rescue dogs. And actually, like, hold on a minute, Charlotte, I'm just going to do a little quick check-in because I can be abundant in that right now. I
Yeah.
can choose to be happy in it right now.
Mm.
And that means I can therefore enjoy the journey as much as the destination. Because when we pin all our hopes on the destination, we
Yeah.
get there and we're like, oh shit, is that it?
Yeah.
But
Because as
actually,
well, sorry, this excitement that I feel towards getting to that point is amazing. I know that's going to
yes.
happen. And that's really exciting to know that one day I'm going to walk out of that door with the dog that's meant for us and like actually enjoying that excitement rather than wanting it right here, right now. Boom, done. What's the next
Mm,
thing?
mm. Is it like pedaling on a bike with your head down,
Mm.
just like burning, 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 wheels are going so fast, pow, 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 pow. And then you get there and okay, versus still on the bike, still pedaling, but your head's up and you're looking around, you're like, oh, that's a pretty view, or waving to the person as you go
Yes,
past them, or, it's smelling the flowers on the journey, isn't it?
it really is. And I think that's what I've really realized recently. And let's use the money example because the money example is something that I find very hard to talk about anyway. Let's do it. Money. Why do we find that
Yes.
so hard to talk about, right? But I've
Mm,
got financial goals because at the moment, finance isn't in abundance at home, but it can be.
yes.
I have realized that on paper, I'm not financially abundant and where I want to be, but I can feel financially abundant.
Oh,
Like in the most wonderfully creative ways. My love of vintage, for example.
yes.
So on Saturday, we went to Chester, and I've got this thing where I don't invest in skincare and makeup very easily. I find it very expensive and it brings a lot of stuff up that I'm just like, that's very expensive for a bit of stuff to put in my face. So I make do. But there is one bit of makeup that I really, really like. And I was saving it for special occasions. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and do this. What did I have sitting in my Vinted account? I had £70. It's like, boom. That's pretty nice.
There you go.
What am I going to spend that on? I'm going to actually go and spend it all on the makeup that I know I really like and that makes me
Yes.
feel good. And that was a real shift of I have that money available to me if I choose to see it and if I choose to be open to it. I think I was very closed that until I get to that financial goal, I can't do all the things that I want to do.
Mm,
I can. I've just got to really walk on that way and wait for that way to appear. And like
yes.
that felt really good. Is that kind of making it clearer on what I'm meaning with this? Like
Yeah. Yeah,
how we
absolutely.
choose to see things now over waiting for it in the future, isn't it?
There you go. You just
Yeah.
said it. Choice,
Yes.
perspective.
Yeah. I'm really seeing a lot of power in that right now.
Mm.
And it's not a perfect journey. I'm not saying tomorrow I won't wake up and be like, I just want,
What am I
just want to go.
doing?
But I will pull myself up and go, Charlotte, what have you got right in front of your eyes right now? What did you
Mm.
always want when you were younger? You wanted a family with a dog. You've got a family and a dog. Like, that was my dream back then. And like, I'm living my dream life now. I've just got to choose to see it
Mm.
and appreciate it. I've got new dreams and new goals and places that I want to go, but this is also my dream.
It's that choice in focusing on what you have as opposed to focusing on what you haven't.
Mm,
So coming from abundance instead of lack, and that doesn't mean that you can't want more. Absolutely,
yeah.
want more, be more, do more, have more. You're
Mm,
worth all of it and the rest.
yeah.
But it's a choice every day, isn't it?
It really
Choose to see what I
is.
haven't got. Choose to see what I'm not doing.
Yeah. So, in the spirit of that, I won't lie, to be completely transparent, I was like literally, excuse the pun, a dog with a bone yesterday.
Yeah.
And I chose to wake up this morning and actually go, let's have a nice conversation with my husband, because we were just on different pages and the communication had just gone like, whoop, whoop, like we were both like not saying what we wanted to truly say. And just thought, Charlotte, take responsibility for that right now, because the issue was not on either of us. It was this thing in the middle that we couldn't see properly. We were both seeing
Yeah.
it from completely different angles, and we were both choosing to see the same situation in very different places, and we had to respect each other's way.
Mm.
And that was a really big moment for me to wake up and actually go, just gonna say sorry and actually just see that as something in the middle that we're both
Mm.
seeing differently, and how can we see each other's point of view that bit clearer to understand more and move through that.
And that's the power of communication, isn't it?
Mm,
And opening that
yeah,
conversation rather than just being closed off to it. Well, that's the way I see things, and that's it.
yeah,
Like, that's my map of the world, and I'm not even prepared to
mm,
move around the corner and look at it from your view.
yeah,
Actually, I am. I'm gonna, and then where does that lead you? Like,
mm,
you're closed off like that. That's not going to be
yeah,
healthy in any
no,
way, shape, or form for your relationship, is it? But giving yourself that moment to think, how can I actually do this differently? How can I communicate better? Well, first of all, I'm
mm,
going to say, let's talk about this. Like,
yeah,
none of us are
yeah,
feeling good here, but let's talk about it. And what is it? We one of the speakers last week at this wellbeing event that we did, chap called Rob, he said about he was part of his talk was on perspective, and forgive me if I get the words jumbled up, but something along the lines of learn to understand before being understood, something
yes,
like that, maybe, in terms
yes,
of perspective. Like, you and your husband could be staring at the same thing but from different
mm-hmm.
angles, and you just see it so differently. And instead of just going in with like, I want you to understand how I'm feeling right now,
Yeah,
it's going in with the intention of like, I'm here to understand first
mm.
before I want to be understood. And just that opens up, because you
It
can
does,
start to
because you,
see.
yeah, and you see it from that perspective, and there's very valid points on both sides, and that's what I realized this morning. And I knew that deep down, I just wasn't willing to see it, and I had to go, Charlotte, have a little look.
Mm.
Taking responsibility is massive, because had I not, we would have both been feeling a bit. Ugh. And actually, there is a lot of magic in other people's perspectives, and choosing to have a little look at that is part of all of our growth. And yeah, I just, yeah, found a lot of, so I feel like that's kind of something that's just been a bit of a this morning,
Yeah.
like, stop rushing ahead,
Mm.
experience your life that you've got right now, and just
What
really, yeah, check in with that.
whilst you keep moving,
Yes,
enjoy the
yeah,
journey, isn't it? It's
yeah,
enjoy the journey, because you don't know we don't know what's around the corner, do we?
no, no. And there is so much magic in every day.
Mm.
Like, I stepped out this morning and the sky was just lit with the full moon. And I was just like, just took some deep breaths outside. And I was just like, look at that.
Do you know, I did a very similar thing because you gave me some sound advice this morning. Get out, cat, and go for a walk. I woke
I
up
was like, you're not allowed anything in your ears.
nothing. I didn't even
walk.
take my headphones. I was like, right, I'm going to stick to this.
it.
Nothing in my ears. No podcast, no music, no nothing. And I went for my walk and I was walking around and I literally had my head down. And then I chose to look up and oh my gosh, the sky was filled with like loads of balls of cotton wool. Like it was beautiful. So I took a little video of it actually. And as I was doing this, a woman walked around the corner. She's like looking at me like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you videoing the sky? I just went, it's beautiful sky, isn't it, today? She's like, yeah. And we had this lovely little conversation about how it's good just to look up and appreciate all that's around us. And then I wished her a lovely day and off I toddled. But it's like, look
Those
up, look up,
Yeah.
look up. Look
Let's
at the
look up
vastness.
and see the life that's unfolding in front of us. Sometimes when it gets crazy at home, and obviously the girls are racing around, I just look up.
Yeah.
Watch them in their element. Be still. Sit there and just, yeah, it's loud.
Very
But actually, sitting in that silence in your mind, even though it's not silence outside, is really beautiful. I love that. I bet you made a day with that as well.
Oh,
that lady.
Thanks.
Hmm,
That's just a lovely sky.
Yeah.
I'll share it. I've got my video. I'll share it. It's beautiful sky. Beautiful sky. But it just got me looking at the expansion and just the bigness of it all and how it's just so much more than me.
Yeah.
You know? It's just so much more and just so much bigger and like how as we can be the creators of it all, can't we? Through our choices, through our decisions.
Yeah.
Through what we do every day. We can create these lives
Really
that we love to wake up to.
Yeah. We can. I love that. Can.
We can and we are. And we're moving and we're doing it.
One step at a time. And we've both had this recently, haven't we? Where we just kind of look at the lives that we've created right now. And there is joy and different joy in each and every day. And a few years ago, I wouldn't have been able to see that or feel that or figured out how that's possible. But that one step at a time, getting to know yourself, getting to know what warms your heart, what lights you up, what brings a smile to your face, like what brings an internal smile, you know, that smile that's like literally your heart smile.
Yeah, a warm fuzzy feeling.
Yeah.
The passion.
Yeah.
The passion,
like that is special, isn't it? And it's really understanding ourselves enough to see that again, to connect with that again, and to create a life with more of that in it.
And that is the driving force, you know, you, your gifts, your magic, and living in that and using that in whatever way that looks for you.
Yeah. I've had a moment where I need to go back to the dogs again, but there were times where, like, you know, like the little things like, oh, there's dog hair everywhere, or there's like just another walk, or that feeling of just it being a lot. Like I'd really lost my way with that kind of thing, and I'd let like the thought of having a perfect house, for example, everything in place, get in the way of that feeling. And I know I had a very extreme way of this because obviously with the boys being stolen a couple of years ago and we didn't have them, it was 2.5 days. But what did I miss most? Miss that dog hair on the floor. I miss, you know, and it's quite crazy how I disconnected from, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but the love of that, like, just like the little things get in the way of that joy that I'm like, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm going off on one here, but like, I like having dog hair about. I like, I like all of that because
Mm,
they're there. Like,
mm,
I, and I feel really connected with my younger self on that because she didn't care about dog hair, horse hair. Horse, she used to go and stand in a muck heap, put her wellies in the muck heap to warm her feet up in winter.
Oh, tasty.
And I remember getting a lot of joy from that.
Mm,
I I want to be like her again because she just enjoyed those things and didn't let the want for a perfect house to get in the way of that, or like, just I hope I'm kind of being clear on this, but basically reconnecting with that self that didn't let the little things get in the way. She just saw joy, experienced joy, and just took it for exactly what it was, rather than being in my head about, oh, I'm going to have to clean this hair up later, or I'm going to have to brush the sofa down because they've been lying on the sofa. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind
yeah.
of.
And you can be her because you are her.
Yeah, I am
You
like,
are
and
her.
it
You are
literally, I'm
her.
like, yes, you're
It's
back,
that
Charlotte. And oh
rediscovery.
my
There's nothing's been
goodness.
lost. Nothing needs fixing. Nothing's broken.
No.
You are her. So you can be her.
Yeah. Which has been a real good
Mm.
big moment for me over this, well, past few years, I suppose, have been getting back to who she is. I was going to say
Yeah.
was. She
Yeah.
is.
Joe, I went to my folks on Sunday, and I went and got my photo album of me as a kid because I
Oh,
just wanted to have a look
yes.
through. I just wanted to have a look through pictures of me as young me, little me. There's
Yeah.
everything from like 3-year old up to like a 12-year old, and just that smile and that joy, just in everyday things. It's
Yeah.
just it was just lovely to see. It was just lovely to go and have a look at those pictures.
Yeah.
Um, and what ignited me then, what brought me joy then, and my love for creativity and arts
Yeah.
and performance, like I still have that.
Yes.
It's just rediscovering it again and bringing it, and just stepping back into that, and that's the, I suppose that's what we do in terms of this journey to being our authentic selves, isn't it?
Mm.
Life just kind of, I don't know, sometimes stops us from living that out, doesn't it? Well,
Yeah.
it's a choice, isn't it? But through all the stuff.
Mm.
But we
Yeah.
have a choice to be like, no, this is me,
Yeah.
unapologetically, authentically,
Mm.
and I love myself unconditionally for all of that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm putting out into the world.
Yes. Yeah. And it's
Mm.
that, isn't it? Like we're just, when you get back to that and when you experience that to the full, that's just like, I know, but my word for the year is ease.
Mm.
Life gets easier. Like,
Mm.
rather than getting stuck in the weeds of day-to-day life, all that anybody wants in life, right? This is a very sweeping statement, but I'm guessing every single person listening to this just wants to be happy.
Mm.
Let's find that happiness. Let's go on that treasure hunt for happiness in every single day and be proud that we found that and we live that.
What we look for, we'll find. We
Yes.
absolutely go find it.
Yeah. So maybe a little takeaway from this could be to think about what brought you that warm, fuzzy feeling when you were young. What was that thing? And is there a way that you can maybe connect back with it? For me, obviously, it was horses. And I feel like dogs is my next, like, I did look into horse riding. It's quite pricey these days. I was like, dogs is that for me right now. So it can look a little bit different, but what was that piece that really lit you up when you were young? How can
Mm.
you bring that back into your daily life? Or even if it's, I don't know, an hour a week, start Googling about it again.
Yeah.
Start thinking about what's one.
Curious. Get
Yeah.
curious, isn't it? Get curious again, get inquisitive.
Yeah.
As young little girls, we're like wanting to know, we're wanting to find out.
Yeah.
Don't stop that. Keep learning, keep growing, get inquisitive, just rediscover.
Yeah. Definitely. Oh, this is lovely. I'm getting all the warm, fuzzy feels right now where I'm like, oh, it feels so good to be back with that. And I think there's a lot of magic in that for us all, isn't there?
There is.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It was lovely to have this conversation. And let us know, guys, as well. Go
Tell
away and
us.
do that. And yeah,
Yeah.
please do connect back in with us and let us know how you get on with that. And yeah, let's find that inner self and let's love her that little bit more. So yeah, amazing.
Oh, it's been wonderful.
Yes, lovely to
Speak
chat.
soon.
Speak
Take
soon.
care.
Bye.
Bye.